it's been almost 2 weeks. Hey everyone, it's Mocha and I just wanted to do a little update on where I'm at with my Kaicon prep. So last time I spoke about Kaicon, it was kind of at the beginning of the month. A bit of time has passed. I am now in a bit of a different situation and I've kind of started to ramp up my prep. And I just wanted to touch base and kind of see where I'm at. Main thing that I've kind of been working on are these phone charms. Now, I have to make 90 of them. I have 9 designs and I want 10 of each. So I am slowly working on them. I have done the beaded elements for every single charm and I have done, I think, 40 of the little potion bottles, and I've packaged equally about 40 of the phone charms in their final packaging. So I'm about halfway through. So that's mostly that done. I've finished my Kiki mirror. I have decided that the giant Ghibli mirror, which is that kind of wavy thing you can see behind me, will probably not be coming with me because I just don't have the space, and I will probably have to catch public transport from Newcastle to Sydney, which is about a 3-hour trip, and I am not carrying a trolley full of stock plus that giant mirror with me when I'm traveling alone. Now, I did do a shop update at the beginning of the month, which means that all of my smaller things like stickers and my candy bracelets are all done, finished, so I don't have to worry about them, which means I kind of only really have one thing left: mug rugs. I've spoken about this before. This has been a pain. These take a lot of time to make, and don't get me wrong, I love making these. These are really fun, but they are very time consuming. And at the end of last year, I went away, and when I went away, I put a Amazon order in for tufting cloth, or monk's cloth, and I spent, I think, $60 or $70 Australian dollars on tufting cloth that was supposed to arrive when I got back home, so I would have about a month to get all of this done. Ups to you if you guess that is no longer the case. And that I did not receive my monks because I got a notification when I came back that it wasn't going to be here until the end of January. Fun fact: Kaicon's on the 24th and the 25th. Slay. So I couldn't do them for a while and I was kind of in the position of, well, what do I do? Now, I did a little bit of research and I kind of tried to find materials that I could use instead of monk's cloth, because getting monk's cloth in Australia is really, really difficult. Now, my last lot of mug rugs weren't done on monk's cloth, but they were done on a spotlight fabric called Even Weave. I believe that it was 100% cotton, and it did work. It was a little bit difficult to work with, but it did work. Only issue: it's $25 to $30 for 18 inches. So I can only fit about 6 mug rugs on it, and it's so difficult to work with. So I needed an alternative because I would need to buy probably $200 worth of that material to make the stock amount that I need for Kaicon. I did a little bit of material. People suggested things like muslin, which I can get my hands on pretty easily, but muslin's very thin and there are some issues. I'm currently tufting on muslin and it is a little bit prone to tearing and ripping, and I can also only use my smallest amount of yarn, my smallest thickness of yarn. So there are some issues, but it's what I'm using currently. I am experimenting with a different fabric, which was 100% cotton, and it's more similar to an Ida fabric. It is thick. I am worried about the integrity of it as I'm punch needling, because as I'm getting to the center of, say, like a circle, like these sprites, I can feel the fabric begin to kind of buckle. Now, I do need to finish to see if it is a viable option. This was a much more expensive fabric. I brought it in the hopes that it would kind of not tear as much, and in the beginning it was great. It was a little bit hard to kind of get the needle through, but as I went along it got easier. But as you get to the middle of the circle, you can just feel the fabric begin to buckle, so I am a little bit worried about its integrity. Hopefully it doesn't fail, because it is a good material and it is just a lot stronger than this, because this I can feel every time I put the needle in. If I put it in wrong, it just tears right open. Now, some of this is probably because I am still a novice at this, but It is a pretty good material. It's only $13 a meter. Unfortunately, my local Spotlight only had this really thin kind of muslin, so it probably works better if it's thicker. Unfortunately, this is the only thing that my Spotlight had for whatever reason. But I am working on them. I have done another pour and 2 soot sprites. I'm planning on doing the last 3 today if I get a chance to. But those are kind of the main things that I need to do. I am planning on, if I have time, to do a couple more classes. I may only bring the 2 because I don't know if they're gonna sell, but I might paint 1 or 2 more of each design just to kind of have extra stuff. I'm not 100% sure on it just because I don't know how well they'll sell at an anime convention, but we'll see. But as well as that, my arcane set is done, so that's all packed away. My phone charms are pretty much all done. It's just filling these little bottles, which is a bit tedious. And yeah, pretty much everything's done. So it's mainly just getting through these, which I'm going to spend the next few days doing. Now, as I spoke about, I recently lost my job, which has kind of been a benefit because it means I have a ton of free time and I am going to just hunker down and get all of these done. But that's my update for where I'm kind of at. I know it's a shorter video, but it's just, that's where I'm at. I will be posting a little bit more as it gets closer, and I am planning on vlogging my experience at Kaicon if I get the opportunity to. So yeah, expect a little bit more Kaicon content and me doing art. I'm going to experiment with doing some videos of me actually working on products, but those are yet to come. But I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.